hailing at. I want you to see the size of the hail hitting the ground. Here it comes. We are getting pounded with it. Wow. Look how much hail is over here by the chairs. It is just really coming down. There's a big lightning. Hold on. Let's see. Wow. That made me jump. That was close. Wow. Now the hail's coming down still, but a little smaller. You can feel the whole house shaking. Look at her. She's looking down here too. What do you think, girl? Lexi, what do you think? Is that weird? Hi, it's Chef and Builder Janie Pendleton. We are back in the kitchen where I'm going to teach you how I make my chicken tetrazzini. That's right, we're going to make chicken tetrazzini for you here really quickly. You make it according to the size of your family. It's just John and I, so I'm doing about a 3 to 4 person serving here. Alright, so what we have here going on here is we just have our chicken breast. You can use any part of the chicken that you want, the thighs, legs, whatever. But you need about 3 chicken breasts to 4 chicken breasts or other cuts of meat, and you're going to want to cook that to the proper temperature. Be sure and use your meat thermometer. You can see on here that it will tell you on the meat thermometer, and poultry's 180 degrees. Do not undercook this, okay? Do not undercook this. We're going to go in here and we're going to take the thickest piece here, and don't touch the bottom of the pan with the thermometer. You don't want to go all the way through, just about halfway to 3/4 of the way through the meat into the thickest part. And if it has bone in this, you do not want to touch the bone with the thermometer. We're at about 130, so we still have a ways to go yet. Now over here, we have a box of spaghetti that we are bringing to al dente. And I bring it just pre-al dente. I don't bring it quite all the way there. And again, this is however much you like of the spaghetti. You don't have to have a lot of spaghetti in mind, but you know, chicken tetrazzini, it does call for it. Alright, that's just about there. And you're going to need about 1 1/4 cups of milk and 3/4 of a cup of half and half. Alright, you can use all milk if you like. Half and half has more calories to it. Do what you think. I just like a little bit thicker sauce. You need 3 tablespoons of cream cheese. Whatever brand you have is fine. That's 3 tablespoons of that. You are going to need a deep stock pot. Right here, you're going to need a deep stock pot. We're going to throw it all in here and kind of heat it up and get it bubbly. That will help it to bake in the oven quicker. We've just got a couple of sweet peppers here. It calls for 1 green pepper, my original recipe, but I've had a bunch of these little banana-shaped sweet peppers that I got from the store. The orange, the yellow, and the reds. All right, and a little bit of spring leek, because that's what I had on hand. You can use onion, that's what it calls for. But again, I had that fresh spring leek on hand, so use what you like, use what you have on hand. Spaghetti is done. We're going to go ahead and put it through the strainer. All right, in the deep stock pot, We're just going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter. It can be margarine, that's fine. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the peppers and the spring onion in here. Give that a toss in the butter. And you're going to saute the onions or what have you, the spring leek, what have you, and the peppers. You're going to saute these in here, and you can even throw some fresh mushrooms in here right now as well. And you're going to saute these until crisp tender. Meanwhile, I've got a glass dish here. You can do a 9 by 13 or a square depending on the size amount that you're making. Right here, I've just got a greased oblong pan. I sprayed with my misto. Get the sides really good because that baked spaghetti, I mean, it's going to go in the oven for a while, so you don't want anything sticking to this itself. It smells so good already. Normally you'd put in 2 cans of drained mushrooms in here, or a couple of handfuls of washed fresh mushrooms, or mushroom quarters, or buttons, what have you. But I have my chicken and mushroom soup. Alright, I have this already. And it also calls for 1 can of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, or whatever brand you're using, and a small thing of diced pimentos. Go ahead and put in the pimento peppers. And this jar, you know what it has. It had the pop lid, so we can keep this, and we can give these to people at work for little samples of jam, like little things of marmalade or strawberry jam. Some people like just a little bit. That moves around in there and heat it through. We're going to have some beautiful color to this casserole. Go ahead and I'm going to open up my jar of chicken and mushroom soup. Remember to give it a smell. Smells delicious. Putting it all in there. That's chicken and the mushrooms right there. A couple pinches of my dehydrated garlic, just a little bit. Blend that garlic in. Isn't that looking awesome? Trust me, there's nothing like that canned chicken and mushroom soup. There's nothing like it. It is so awesome. Let's heat that up. I'm going to go ahead and add the cream of mushroom soup to this as well. I'm just going to add a little at a time here until I get the way I want it. And you know, I didn't even have to grill up this chicken. This soup already had plenty of chicken in it, and I could have gotten by with that, and it had plenty of mushrooms. I could have just added the cream. But this was my last can of cream of mushroom soup from my food stores. I have now officially replaced all of my store-bought canned goods with home canned goods. It's official. Chicken is done. I just checked its temperature. It's at 180 degrees. About 2 to 3 tablespoons of cream cheese, and you kind of want to warm it up in your hand and kind of blend it in here, just like that right there, to creamy it up a little bit. All right, see how nice and thick that is? We're going to go ahead and add our 1 1/4 cup of milk and our 3/4 cup of half and half. The chicken already has a lot of salt in it, but I did not put a lot of salt in that soup. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the pink Himalayan salt in here, just a little. My version of a big pinch. All right, now I'm going to add the spaghetti back into the pot here. There we go. We're going to blend that in. Nice and thick now. The reason why I undercooked the spaghetti just a little bit is because as it's cooking, it will also swell up some more and swell up some of this juice and make it just a little bit thicker as well. And again, this is ready just like this because my soup had the chickens and the mushrooms already in it. Just home canning my chicken mushroom soup, and I'll put that link down in the show more box. on how to can my chicken and mushroom soup. And that's my soup that I also make my canned chicken and mushroom, my cream of soup. But when I heat it up, I add a little cream, just like I'm doing here. This is the basic. Look how colorful this is. Isn't that beautiful? All right. You're also going to need some shredded cheddar cheese for the top of this in the last 10 minutes of baking. Just going to get this bubbly, get this nice and hot and heat it through, and then we're going to put it into our greased dish. We're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. Again, depends on how much you're making for what size of family. This right here would feed about 5 people. 6 people if they're little kids. Little peoples. Alright, it's coming up to a boil here. Be sure to keep this stirred so the spaghetti doesn't stick to the bottom. Bring it up to boil on low and just add in your chicken. This chicken ended up being really moist, really nice. Add this in here. Don't splash yourself. It's perfect. Stove is off. Oven's preheated. Let's see, what do I got to do next? Okay. Go ahead and put this in the oven. Slip it in the oven, and we're going to bake it for at least a half an hour. All right. About 10 minutes till it's done. We're just going to top this with some cheese, trying not to spill it in my oven like I just did. All right. Let's see if I can get this on a plate for Papa. Leaving that cheese. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Let me see if I need to zoom in on that for you. Look how creamy and nice that is. And that spaghetti is perfectly done. Just perfect. Anyway, look at the chicken. Come here, Papa San. A little bit of cheese on top. Doesn't take a lot of cheese. It's really creamy. Chicken Tetrazzini with mushrooms and peppers and a little bit of the spring leek or onion, whichever you choose, or both. Here's one here. Let me get a piece of chicken here. Papa San. It's hot. Be careful.
It's very creamy and good and cheesy. Got plenty of chicken and the different peppers and things. Really a good blend.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and serve me up a little bit. And we hope that you like this video, if it lets you. Some people say it doesn't. Be sure and share this video on your social media. Tell others about our little homestead. Tell them about us so that we can share Christ with them as well. And if not Christ, then at least some really good recipes and some fun coming up here in the greenhouse and the garden. We have a lot going on here on our little homestead, and we want you along for that journey. All right? God love you. Blessings. Chicken Tetrazzini. Give this one. Give it a try. Doesn't that look delicious? Oh my. Oh my.